Let's see. Hi. Just getting situated here. All right, getting situated here. Hi, friends. Hello. We're making a smoothie today. All right, getting here situated. All right, one more thing here. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. Hello. Hi, friends. Welcome. Can you hear me? Let me mute this. Let me mute. Hi, everyone. All right. I love the cameras on. Woohoo! We got cameras on. We got live action. Hello, cameras on. Much love. I see you. Hello. Hi, YouTube and Facebook friends. Let me just get this camera situated. And if you're not on Facebook, if you're not my friend on Facebook, why not? You can find me at Janet Flores. Hi, friends. Welcome. We are here with gratitude and so much joy, so much abundance. Can you hear me? I don't think so. Let's see here. Oh, we are. We're good, right? We're good to go. Awesome. So hi, Yolanda, Bart, Beth, Cindy, Deborah, Donald, Dorothy, and iPhone guest 10, Chris, iPhone guest 173, Janny, I like that, Janny, Joanne, Kaisra, Luli. Hi, we're gonna have so much fun today. We're gonna make a smoothie. This is one of my favorite smoothies. I've made many smoothies in the past, and this one is one of my favorite colon cleansing smoothies. I haven't really had lunch today, so this is gonna be my lunch, and I'm excited to share it with you. All right, let me get this camera just a little bit. It's a little crooked here on Facebook, but I think we're good. All right, it's gonna work. Welcome. So are we here in gratitude? I know this week has been great. It's all about gut healing. We're doing 21 days of gut healing. I have some guests coming on. I'm just sorting things out. This week we have one of our guests coming on Thursday, so hang tight. All right. So welcome, friends. It's so nice to see you all here, your beautiful faces. This is all about gut healing, okay? It's a huge, important deal. Let me get this. Let me tag myself on here. Pin. Oh, I'm really here. Let's get closer here. All right. So this week it's all about gut cleansing, gut healing, what we can do at home to heal our gut. We can do so much. What if I told you you can heal your gut with in your kitchen? Your kitchen is your doctor's office. We need to normalize our kitchen is our doctor's office. Hi, Ronald. Hello. So hello, welcome here. NID Hind. Welcome. So what if I told you we have everything we need? We have everything we need in our kitchen. I'm going to move this broom here. So this is why I have many blenders. I've got a Ninja single-use blender up here. This is a great blender, this little mini one, when you just want to just make one little smoothie. I like my Vitamix blender because it can make, a large amount so I can have a smoothie throughout the day. Sometimes I like to make a large amount and then I'll have leftovers and I'll keep the rest of it in the fridge. So today I'm going to show you a colon cleansing smoothie that I absolutely love. A simple one. But yes, this week has been about how to heal the gut. We've been over practical techniques. Also yesterday was all about gratitude and healing the heart to heal the gut. If you got to see that, it's very powerful with the work that I do and helping so many people. I'm so honored I get to do this and support them on their healing journey. It starts with gratitude and love in our heart because our gut has a brain. Our gut has a sensory system. So it feels our pain, it feels our love, it feels our gratitude, it feels our shame, it feels our vulnerabilities, it feels pains that we had, unhealed wounds and traumas and pains. Do we need to forgive? The body holds on. the body takes notes. So when we can ease that pain, right? Because our gut health, our microbiome, these bacteria have neuron receptors. This has a lot to do with Patricia. I'm just going to mute you, my love. Patricia is one of my clients right now. We're working one-on-one. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul, beautiful soul. So yes, the gut health is important. So yesterday I talked about dancing. I was being silly and I was being so funny with, me in my kitchen. How can I mute everyone? It's not working. Mute all. If you are unmuted, I can hear you. I love you. It's fine. We can talk in a bit. If you have anything to say, I'm happy to support you. But right now, just want to not have so much background noise because it'll go on the recording, which I'm about to record. Record to the iCloud. Okay. So yesterday was about healing our nervous system, our heart, so that our gut can finally relax. It's like going on vacation. Your gut feels it. So many people get constipated. You go on vacation, something new is happening, you're nervous. You'll notice your gut kind of tenses up and there's constipation. Yeah, because your gut knows. It's so smart and intelligent. It's its own mechanism. So many of our symptoms are related to, or, they call this disease. It has different names, whatever kind of disease your body is having symptoms. Right? So what's going on is, where is there pain? Where is there something unresolved? We talked about that yesterday. We talked about dancing. We talked about laughing and joy. Did you start your day off with gratitude? Was that powerful? Because yesterday I said, let's just all have 10 things we're grateful for. Well, I couldn't stop. With the gratitude, right? Ask to mute. I couldn't stop with so much gratitude that we had, right, yesterday. So did we start off with gratitude? Movement, shaking it off. This is another thing we can do with our nervous system, right? We're feeling tense, shake it off, dance. This is why I like to start off my Zooms with music. Get up, get excited, get this off. So whether it's your workout class, whether it's just being at home, shaking it off, even if you're at your office, take 10 minutes to shake it off. Release, relax, loosen up. That's where there's tension. If there's tension, your gut feels that. So gut health, at the heart of it, is going to have to do with, it's feeling our heart, it's feeling our pains, it's feeling our energy and our mind if we're stressed out. Who is on here? Oh yeah, I got 2 platforms on here. Hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I think my sound is off over here. I'm on to you. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I have 2 over here going. I think it interrupted. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm over here dancing by myself. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. Well, I took the sound off, so there's no, is my audio pretty good? Okay, so what I was saying, we're going to start all over for my Zoom people here. All right, Ronald. Yes, gratitude is everything. So for my Zoom people here, what I was saying is, yes, this has been a week of gut health. Today, we're going to make a smoothie. And yesterday, if you were with me in our meeting, it was all about healing our gut by healing our heart. So we heal our gut when we heal our heart. If we have pain or stress, something weighing heavy on us that we have held on to, this will affect our gut health. Disease, at the heart of disease, has to do with the majority of it at the soulful level. The fundamental of disease is your body is holding on to something. Is it pain? Is it sorrow? Do we need to forgive? Something is off, right? That's where my work goes. And now we're addressing it. So if we're on a healing journey, if we're starting our cleanse, if we're starting raw foods and more salads and fruits, the body realizes this, the body kicks into gear, it starts to heal. So what I was saying is, yesterday we started off the day with gratitude. That was part of, if someone is down and we are feeling down and it feels like we have lost everything, 10 things we can start our day off. Did you all do this? Did you start your day off with gratitude? This is a practice. So I said, let's think about 10 gifts that come to mind. Well, it wasn't just 10 gifts. The gratitude kept pouring in. I couldn't stop thinking about it. When we start the day with that mentality, with that mindset, our heart feels it, our gut feels it. That's one way to start healing our gut. Then I said, shake it off, movement, whether it's dancing. I was dancing by myself there, kind of just giving you examples. Dr. Gabriel Cousins, one of my mentors, he'll be at our summit coming up. He talks about healing your heart through dancing. This is what he practices, because your body is holding on to tension. Your body is holding on to so much tension. So when we can release this, whether it's dancing, I like to start off my Zooms with music, thinking peppy, get excited, happiness, joyfulness. This is how we heal. Laughter, friendships, connection. So this week is all about, this whole month is healing the gut. Today we're making a smoothie. This smoothie is one of my go-tos. I haven't had lunch today. This is my lunch meal. I had breakfast, which was a lemon water, but this will be my lunch. It's already about noon here. And that's when I have a meal like this, because when I wake up, it's water, hydration, minerals. That's lemon water, a little bit of aluminum-free baking soda, just giving myself alkalinity. We're alkalizing. You can add cucumber to that, cucumber juice when we wake up. So you can prepare yourself by having cucumber lemon juice ready to go in the morning. Stock it up for 3 days. Make lemon cucumber juice for 3 days, seal it up, and now you have some fresh alkaline water for 3 days. You can do this. So this is how we want to start, right? We want to be prepared. Well, like I mentioned, gratitude is a huge part of healing our heart so that our mind is at ease, less stress, and these practices that I mentioned yesterday. Because disease, cancer, disease, all of this, what factors in with that is something deeper, something that we're holding on to. And it's a pain. It goes to a soulful level. So today we're going to make a smoothie. We're going to get to it. All right, so let's get to it. This one here is a pineapple enzyme colon cleansing smoothie. Very powerful. In my detox protocol, I have pineapple juice as one of the juices, because pineapple has bromelain, which is very powerful for cleansing the colon. So it's very powerful. The core of that pineapple is powerful. So I'm going to show you a way to make it. There's no one way. Okay, so I want you to take these ideas and make them your own. I will always say fresh is best. Fresh is always best. But I'm going to do my best here with what I have. So I have frozen blueberries. Yes, you're going to notice this is all frozen. We have to be prepared. Last night I was out and it was too late for me to go to the grocery store. So I always have backup. What do I have? I have frozen blueberries. These are Wyman. I've done my research. Medical Medium backs this too. They're the cleanest. It doesn't say organic, but they're a wild family-owned business. This is a wild family-owned business. It's a farm, and they grow their berries there. So the pesticides are not as intense. The spraying that goes on with this is looked at better. So even though it doesn't say organic, they're wild, and it's really hard to get organic wild blueberries unless you get them at a farmer's market. But if it's wild already, wild means it has even stronger antioxidants. And from what I recall, when it's wild, you don't obviously want to use pesticides for our produce and our crops, but it's the least damaging, because here's what I wanted to get to. Because they're wild grown, believe it or not, I heard this from Medical Medium, but it makes so much sense. They're so active and wild that even if they spray these berries, the berry itself, the enzymes, it does not allow for such chemicals, right? But Wyman's specifically, they're very strict with how they spray their produce, and they're wild berries. So I'm using this. Someone tagged me on Instagram, which thank you for that. All of you making smoothies and doing the protocols I'm giving you. If you tag me, it's so much fun. I get to share that. And I get to see what people are taking out of this. And if you're here, thanks for doing that. So he was showing me blueberries, and he was reading how these pesticides are so dangerous, and they're just filling these berries up with pesticides. So I recommend getting organic. Now, I'm not sure if this gentleman that tagged me with those berries, were those organic? Because if they're not organic, we cannot get blueberries that are not organic because the skin on these berries are so thin, they are eating up the pesticides. I mean, it is just soaking up the spraying that goes on, the GMOs and the spraying that goes on with these berries. So when it comes to thin skin berries like raspberries and strawberries and blueberries, blackberries, it has to be organic. It's just got to be organic. Otherwise, even if you soak them, I recommend soaking your vegetables and your fruit, baking soda and apple cider vinegar or lemon in water and submerging it, right? I recommend doing that and soaking them so it kills off the residue of the spray, what they're spraying on these berries and fruits and vegetables. So it's got to be organic. And even when it's organic, what I do is I'll soak it in a little bit of baking soda water. And I'll soak them, even if it's organic, right? So we just have to be careful because the damage that this can do with these pesticides, it's so unfortunate. I think they're making more regulations. Do you guys know about this? John F. K. Jr., is not John F. K. Jr., Robert Kennedy. Robert Kennedy is, having stricter laws about this because he knows how serious this is. I mean, I hope something good is happening here. I pray for that. Can't stay pessimistic, but there's got to be a change because what's getting people sick? Oh, there's so much toxicity. Now there's cancer. Well, if the food is being sprayed with cancer-causing chemicals, here we are. So it's very dangerous stuff. So what do? We do our best. We purchase organic, especially greens and berries like this that are, fresh organic berries. We wash and we soak our veggies and fruit in baking soda, a little bit of apple cider vinegar or lemon juice, and you just soak them in there. So that's what we can do. So today it's all about colon cleansing smoothie. We're going to start. And what I was going to say is, yes, it's frozen. Do I prefer a pineapple that is not frozen? Of course I do. Is it okay to get pineapple and veggie fruit that is frozen? If it's clean, yes, I trust this. And the reason I'm doing this brand here, this was at Costco. It's organic. And also pineapple is peeled. They peel the pineapple. Okay, so that's another important thing. Thick-skinned fruit like melons, this stuff is peeled off. So if it was organic frozen melon, it's fine. So this is organic pineapple. And if you have fresh pineapple, even better. But the reason I love this is because if I have nothing fresh in my fridge, I have pineapple, I have blueberries, and I'm fine with that, because when a fruit is ready to be packaged, this I've read, and I've done my diligent research on this, it's packed fresh frozen right away. So frozen fruit and vegetables, not that I recommend vegetables frozen, right? But I'm saying when it comes to making a smoothie, it's always important to have this in your freezer because if you don't have anything fresh, we have the next best thing. This is fantastic. We have enzymes. We have vitamin C in here, colon cleansing properties. Pineapple is amazing for our health. It's got lots of enzymes. A fresh pineapple has 100% live active enzymes. This is the next best thing. It's flash frozen. It's organic. This is what we're doing. So I love this because if I don't have anything fresh, I'm still going to get my nutrition, my phytonutrients. I'm going to get my enzymes. Some of the enzymes in here are intact because it's frozen right away. So it's still somewhat fresh. And I'm going to get that vitamin C and that colon health with this. So I have this because bromelain is colon cleansing. I have my wild blueberries, lots of fiber. There's fiber in here and there's fiber in here as well. So we got fiber everywhere going on right now. And we have spinach. Well, you say, what else? Greens, chlorophyll, colon cleansing. So I'm going all frozen today. For everyone saying, no, it's fine. It's fine. Because if we don't have anything raw, you have to have a backup. We have to have backup. So this is my backup. So am I going to the store today to get celery, cucumber to make my juice tomorrow? Yeah. And plus I want to juice with you all this week. This week I'm going to be in the kitchen. Yeah. Well, except for one of the days we have a guest speaker coming on this week. But so what do? If you have this stuff backed if it's in the fridge, in your freezer, you're good. You're good. You're going to get enzymes. You're going to get life. You're going to get chlorophyll. This is chlorophyll. Spinach, lots of greens. Why do we want chlorophyll? This is oxygen, colon cleansing. So this is very colon cleansing. This is what we want. My goal with what I do when I work with someone, I go straight to it. Let's clean out that colon as much as possible. Let's clean out that colon as much as possible. So everything I do, my profession, my focus, let's cleanse our colon. That's where we start. Now, if someone else can, focuses on what they do with their diets and all that, okay, right? But then I always see, well, we need to cleanse the body before we can start a new diet. So I love cleansing as the foundation of wellness. It's detoxing. So spinach has protein, spinach has chlorophyll, greens, oxygen, vitamins, minerals, lots of minerals, filled with minerals. So everything I'm showing you here is mineral based, all of it. Someone's juicing with me right now and he was taking a bunch of supplements. I said, hey, you're good if you're here. Hi. I said, you're good because he's juicing on mostly greens, which is what works best right now for him. And I said, you don't need to take iron and zinc. I said, you're juicing with the green juices that have more iron than this supplement because a supplement is dried up. It's been processed. It's dead compared to a fresh green juice. I said, get rid of all that stuff. You're good. You got your green juices. More than plentiful. You're getting all the iron, all the minerals. You're good. So it's confusing out there. So I hope I can give you some clarity because people are confused with taking 10 supplements and juicing and all this. When we're only juicing on a juice fast, which was what I recommend for humanity, every single person, if you've never done a deep colon cleansing, and I don't mean you're eating one meal a day and then you're juicing. No. I said all in. We're only juicing for a certain amount of time, depending how long you can start off with, and we're going to go as long as you can. But there's no solid food involved. If we haven't cleansed the colon properly, where it's not digesting food and eating and interrupting the healing process, then that's a must. Hands down, that is something every single person needs to do in their lifetime. I don't care if it's just one time in your life. You need to experience what it's like for your body to rest, to heal, to take a break from solid food. It's a solid food vacation so you can watch the magic happen. So if you've never done this, just once in your lifetime, you got your whole life ahead of you. You deserve to go in for 40 days. Hey, I want to start with 7 days. You deserve 7 days. Then you deserve to see how further you can go. But if you did 40 days for the rest of your, just once in your lifetime, and you saw the miracles that this brought for you and how you don't need to take medication anymore, you just figured that one out, and how your colon health improved and healed from disease that you thought you'd have forever. I mean, this is life changing. So, but today we're going to make a smoothie that's colon cleansing. Okay. So let's start off with that. Let's do it. So we can start off with water. Let's get this going here. So how are you all doing here? Thank you for letting me know that my sound was off. You all are such a good team here. I saw Steph said something's going on in Zoom. They're just having their hands up. I said, what? I said, my sound. The recipe. Hi, Dorothy. Yes. Laura. Oh, cool. No sound. Thanks, Jenny. Thank you all for everything. You all are such a team. You see, together we're better as a team. And I love that we all get together. Isn't this fun to get together and share this commonality? We're all on a mission to just feel our best. So what a beautiful thing to be grateful for. So as far as the recipes, I'm going to take notes of this right now. You're going to get the recipe. And I'm going to send this recipe to the list. Everyone's getting it. Now, if you want more recipes, I'm talking like over 50 recipes. If you want to see more of this where I'm in the kitchen, I've got over 50 videos like this. I'm teaching you smoothies and recipes of healthy living, whole foods, raw foods. You don't have to be raw, but you're going to get to learn a lot of raw food meals so you can implement it in your daily life. I recommend joining Raw Living Self-Mastery, which I'll put a link later. Raw Living Self-Mastery, I'll put that link in, and you have everything there. If you're already in the membership, you have your library. It's all in there. And I go live every Friday. I'm live every Friday answering questions and guiding you. So if you said, you know what, I want to join the membership just to juice fast, I think I'm good, Janet, but maybe like I have a few questions, then every Friday I go live in the membership. If you want deeper support, more one-on-one, then I have my individual coaching or also my group coaching. So then there's more, like deeper support. But for recipes, I will send this out to the list today. As soon as we're done here, I'm going to send this out. And also in the membership, you're going to have solid recipes like this. I have a whole smoothie recipe guide, about 8 smoothies in there. Plus I have recipes in the recipe booklets once you join, and videos. So I'm showing you this. So what's great about the membership, the video section, I'm in my kitchen doing all of this. So you really learn it, right? Because you can read something, but when you see it, so I have a whole culinary training. That's our Raw Living Self-Mastery membership. Okay, and I will put that link very soon. So let's do this. Let's make this happen. Okay, so I did mention that when I make a smoothie, I don't necessarily make the perfect amount. I make enough just to have some now, and it'll get me through. I'm going to do a workout after this, so I'm going to do Pilates. Well, no, not today. I did Pilates yesterday. I'm still sore. So, but if I was doing a workout, I like to make enough so when I get back from my workout, I can replenish. After a workout, we replenish with minerals, amino acids, protein. Well, where's the protein? All food has protein. We've been lied to. Look it up. This is science. All food are proteins, amino acid, the building blocks of protein. All of this has amino acid. So you have enough. Oh, you want more protein? Well, that's where you can add some hemp seeds. You can add some almond butter, right? You can add chia seeds, hemp seeds, almond butter, flaxseed. There's protein there. If you want spinach, lots of greens, you can add fresh greens. So here's an example of an easy smoothie. We can all have this frozen food at home, right? It's our backup plan. What would be best? Fresh. If I had fresh spinach, pack it up with fresh spinach. But this is going to work for me right now. Start AI Companion. I don't know what to do here. Okay, I'll start it. So yes, keep in mind, I absolutely am aware that fresh is best. But this is great. This is great. You're going to feel good. It's going to energize you. It's right behind fresh. It's right there. And I wouldn't be taking this stuff if it didn't work. And yeah, I mean, this is perfect. All right, let's get started. We can either do coconut water. This is the coconut water from Sprouts. But what I like about it is that the ingredients is simple. All it is coconut water. That's all it is. So sometimes they add sugar, citric acid. I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want any of that. This is just plain coconut water. But, I think I'm going to just make it with water today. Yeah. So we're just going to use water. So, well, how much? I would say about 2 cups. So I don't measure it. But for the sake of, y'all are here, let's measure it, right? So I can tell you exactly what it was. Okay, so we're going to let's try 1 cup. This is fun. I've never done it this way, measuring. You'd think. By the way, I have been a chef for 10 years. I worked in professional kitchens in Los Angeles in fine dining. And that, you get to the point where you just kind of toss things together. So this is pretty fun. Okay, so this is 1 cup of water, or you can use coconut water. You can use both. You know what? I'm going to do both. So I'm going to do 1 cup of that and 1 cup of coconut water. Notice that I'm not using almond milk. Why would I use almond milk? Well, maybe I would use a little almond milk, but make sure your almond milk is clean. I've said this before. Almond milk that's out there is being sold with so much poison. All you want your almond milk is to be organic, water and nuts. Any kind of milk that's a nut milk or seed milk. It should just be the seeds and the water, organic. That's it. 2 ingredients, right? Seeds, water. There's your milk. When it has 10 ingredients, that's why it makes me nervous to say put almond milk, because I've seen what kind of almond milk is out there. It's dangerous. So if you have a clean almond milk, you can put a cup in here, but I find that it gets too creamy. It doesn't need it. And so that's 2 cups of water. I got frozen bananas, but I also have fresh banana. Let's see. I just had this ripe banana yesterday, so let's put some frozen banana. So this is going to be about, well, I know what it is. It's about 1 whole banana. Yeah, 1 whole banana. So this bag is plastic free. This is a compost bag, plastic free, and I freeze this. I can put nuts in here, hemp seeds, pastries, raw pastries that I make. You can put anything in here. All right, so let's get some blueberries. This is fun measuring. Let's see, 1 cup, okay. So you can do 1 cup, 1.5 cups. Blueberries are fantastic antioxidants. It's great for our cell health, our blood health, anti-cancer, right? So that's just a little bit more. So I think 1 cup is fine. 1 cup. Can you do double? You can make double the recipe if you want to have this now and have some later. If you're going to work out, you're going to go on a walk. You're going to go on a nice walk and you want to come back to an amazing meal that's going to replenish you more than anything. I mean, this has the minerals and it has the minerals and electrolytes. This has vitamins, antioxidants. So when you go work out, you go walk, and you want to come back, you want to replenish. And so this is great. All right, so we got that going. Pineapple. How much pineapple? This is great for our colon health. Some people ask me, can I juice frozen? Anything frozen? No. When we're juicing, it's all raw. So that's about 1 cup, but I'm going to do a little bit more. Let's see. Oh. This is just very powerful for the colon cleanse. And if you didn't know, I suffered with constipation all my life. And the only thing that changed my life and healed my gut, and I'm no more constipated, I still have to keep up with it, but because my symptoms were constipation for many, many years, that's why I was sick. So many people get to the point where they're so ill and hospitalized, and the doctor will tell them, you're severely constipated, you're dehydrated, something's going on. So for me, my pneumonia, I had so much mucus and poison in my body, I was so constipated. So the reason I go heavier on pineapple, because I know that because I've been constipated all my life, right, I need to keep up with that. Now, what healed me? I cleansed my colon through juicing. I juiced for 60 days, and then I juiced for 130 days. Now, y'all don't have to go 130 days, but, I like to take things to the next level, and I coach people on this, so I wanted to see what happens, right? But I can tell you that my bowel movement, this is a thing of the past. I don't faint anymore. I don't black out, and I've been able to reset my gut where it's normalized and it's never an issue anymore. But because constipation, if constipation or something with the gut is something that, you want to put attention to, you're challenged with, we still, after we juice cleanse and we cleanse our colon and it heals and we heal naturally, you still want to keep up with it. So that's why I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the pineapple. You can do 1 cup. This is like 1.5 cups. But because I have suffered with colon health, right, in the past, no more. So I'm very aware of that. So I always focus on my colon health. Okay, what else can we do here? All right, this is a colon cleansing smoothie for our colon health. So I'm going to put some lime. I'm going to put this whole lime in here. Okay, I'm going to skin it off. How are you all? Is this good? Are you enjoying this? So can you tell me, what's been your preference here? Do you all want me in the kitchen? Do you want me to talk about juice fasting? Let's take a census right now. I'm going to continue with this, but I would like a census. Do you want more kitchen? Do you want more recipes? Do you want more education on why we need a colon cleanse? Juicing, recipes, smoothies, raw food. What do the people want? IBS, constipation, acid reflux. I mean, this is all acid reflux. This is a great smoothie for that as well. Listen, anything with the gut. What's going on with the gut when there's an infection? This is all infections. We need to clean out the debris. We need to clean out the infections and the parasites. This is what we're doing, right? So yeah, let me know. And so if, you know, because when the people speak, I know what's going on. I do my best with these webinars, and I'm learning what you like. I'm learning what's hitting, and I can see, okay, they want more of this. And this is why I wanted to do 21 days, because I'm trying to get to know you all. Because if I'm talking about something, you know, and I'm on planet Jupiter and you're on planet Earth, and I'm over here discussing something that you guys don't have interest in, well, that's not what I want. All right, so putting one line, you can have, there's a little bit of skin here. This is organic. I'm fine with a little bit of that skin. Actually, it's powerful. You want to talk about colon cleansing. You want to alkalize the colon. You want to alkalize and power up and kill those parasites. You can leave some of that skin on. All right? So it's organic. It's organic. Let's see here. 1 second. Okay. Just get my towel here. All right, so we have that in here. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a kick to it. This is more of a parasite cleanser. A little bit of cayenne pepper. So I'm just going to put a dash. This for all the little critters. Those critters in there for feeling off. Maybe we have a little bit of a flu or the body has symptoms. Listen, if we have the flu, that means the body is heavy with toxicity. There's a lot of mucus formulating. We're a little bit backed up. What do I recommend when we have a cold or a flu or a fever? I recommend juicing. Green juices. I recommend doing enemas. Do a couple enemas. Do you guys want to learn about enemas? I can show you a walkthrough of an enema. So I would do a lemon enema if you're sick. I don't even want to say if you're sick. That's not that you're sick. Your body is detoxing. We've just been programmed to speak this way. So if your body is having symptoms of detoxification, it's just saying, hey, stop right now with the food. We need to clean out house right now. We have a lot of mucus. There's parasites, bacteria, infections. The colon is backed up. Let's clean out the colon. So immediately when people do an enema, when they're not feeling well, they say, I feel so energized. I just did an enema. I just feel so energized. You know, you go to your colon therapist. If you all get colon therapy, you're getting, you know, cleaned out. You know, how do you feel after your colon therapy? You want to dance because you just removed waste, about 8 pounds, 5 pounds of waste. And so when we're not well, once you start cleaning out the poop, there's no other way to say it. Clean it out, you feel better. Yeah, you decongested the colon, the digestive system. So I did a little bit of this, and also this warms up your digestive system. It'll get things going. It warms up your blood, you know, it warms up the cells, your digestion, a little cayenne. So I just did a little bit. I'll do a little bit more because I know, you know. Another thing is I used to have candida. I used to have a lot of infections, and I used to have a toe infection, nail infection, and I had yeast infections. Yeah. No more. By the grace of God. No, this is real. No more. Why? I went on a 60-day juice fast. I cleansed my body. I cleansed out about 25 pounds of fecal matter that were causing the infection. There was so much filth in my body. Once we clean it out, everything, it's gone. So thank you, God. But what do I do now? Well, because I know that my body was susceptible to this, to the infections. So now I like to bring in, you know, cayenne, and I like to keep that down. I don't want that coming back. So I like to kill off any pathogens that are sucking the life force, because what parasites are, they're pathogens that are sucking our life force. And these pathogens are cancer causing because they're eating away at your energy, at the life force of your cells and of your organs. So, all right, so we got that going, and now let's put a little bit of this spinach. Oh, well, actually, I got some ginger here. Okay, so I'm just going to peel this. Let me just peel this really quick. I think I showed you all how to peel this, right? So I like to get a spoon. See, if I use my knife, I'm going to compromise how much ginger I'm getting, and I want all the ginger, right? We don't want to waste this. This costs money. So if I use a knife, you're going to get some of the meat. We don't want that. So you get your spoon and you peel it. And then you just peel it, right? And now you have the whole ginger without you know, wasting away that precious ginger. Gosh, this is heavenly. This is gut healing, digestion issues. It gives us energy, antioxidants. So we're going to use this. It's great for our colon health. So those antioxidants, it's very powerful. It warms up our gut as well, gets things. Why do we want to warm up our health? Why did I do a little cayenne? Why am I doing ginger? It gives circulation. When you warm something up and you kick it alive, you bring it to life, we start the flow, blood circulation. Once there's stagnation, there's disease, right? That's why once there's constipation, which we're avoiding that, then there's disease. So we want to have it flowing, always flowing. Everything's flowing. This is why I say you wake up, shake it up, move around, dance, go on a walk. Movement. Always move the body. Okay, so there you go. I peeled it with my spoon. Now I'm just going to slice it in half. That was just a little bit of a knob of ginger for that smoothie. I have a friend who says, I love a whole big piece of ginger. Great. Hey, if you can handle that, you go, you do it. All right, and that's it. I think we're good. Oh, and the spinach. Let's get our greens in here. Now, if you have fresh greens, do that. But again, I love having this on hand because I don't have anything fresh. I didn't go to the store, but I have backup because I will have my greens. This is my chlorophyll for the day. This is the oxygen that's going to alkalize my body. Well, all this food is alkalizing. Now, that does seem like a lot. So how much is that? Let's see. Well, you know, I'm going to say we're going to go. Remember, the spinach does shrink more, but it's also not as active as raw spinach. This is not cooked spinach. It's raw, but when it's frozen, the enzymes are not as active, of course. There are enzymes here, but just not as much. So I would say I smashed down about a cup and a half. Do I want? Yeah. That was 2 cups. So I'm just doing a cup and a half. That was just a cup and a half, okay? All right, so we're good on that, and we're going to start blending. What else can I do to add some life to this? Well, I've mentioned Brain On, which is E3 Live. This is algae. This is high spirulina, high chlorophyll. When someone is suffering with a disease that has gotten too far, we want to alkalize the body even more. So there are miracles that have happened because of this product, okay? So is it just the product? No, I don't think products are miracle. They do it on their own. I think I know there was help. It's your diet, your lifestyle, your attitude. So it's everything, but this is what we can add. So we can add more chlorophyll to this. So today I am going to add a little bit of this. I was going to add vitamin mineral green, or you can add vitamin mineral green. Don't complicate it and too many things. When we start complicating things, we don't know what's working, what's not working. Keep it simple. One day you can do vitamin mineral greens, which is heavy on wheatgrass, barley grass, chlorophyll. We want as much greens as possible, right? Or we can do a little bit of Brain On. But Brain On is specific for mental clarity, but it does a lot of things. It's bringing chlorophyll to the body. They also have their regular algae, E3 Live. I have both. So I have both, but today this is what I got. So you can add a little bit of this, or you can add some vitamin mineral greens. So today I'm going to add just a little bit of this. Shake it up. I would say a teaspoon. Yeah, about a teaspoon. And then it's going back in the refrigerator. Okay, this is going back in the refrigerator. Because this is kept, it's from the lake. They extract it from the lake. They're refrigerated. It's called E3 Live. It's alive. Where this powder is dry. So what is more active? Anything that's alive. This is why we eat raw foods. It's life. It gives life. Why do I love enzymes? Even if we take some supplement enzymes that I recommend, right? Because it's life. So this is life. This is dry. It's still powerful. It's still great. It's a great powder. But if you're going to pick one, what's alive? Well, this is fresh. It's still cold. When you get it delivered, it's in an ice pack. They know that they're reserving the freshness. So anything that's cold, refrigerated, you're going to know that has life. It's alive. That's going to be more bioavailable for the cells to absorb. All right. So let's get started. And I'm good with that. And then as I start blending, I'm going to see, do I need to add more liquid? Do I want to add something else? But this is good. Let's see. Give me 1 second, friends. How's it going? All right, here we go. I'm going to read the comments really quick here. All right. Let's see. How you doing, YouTube? Oh, nice. Right on. Nice to see you all here. No papaya, algin, no popay. What is that? Oh, you mean papaya? Let's see. Okay, let's get to it. Can I juice stinging nettle instead of spinach? Can you juice stinging nettle? Does it, I've never extracted liquid. If you can extract, does it extract a lot of, yeah. Instead of spinach, well, they're two different things. Spinach is easier to digest. So I would juice spinach, but I don't know about stinging nettle. If the stinging nettle is easy to digest, I think it's fine. But spinach, I like, it's a leafy green, so it's easier on the gut, especially if we're healing. We don't want to give the gut too much work. We're trying to ease the gut right now because it's healing. When we're only juicing, we're not having any food, no bites of nuts, no bites of food. It's all in, it's only going to heal. Its only job when we're juicing is to heal. Once you start bringing in food, you want to snack here and snack there. I only say this because I see people doing this, and which is why they don't have the results that they should be getting. And I said, well, you can't eat food when you're juicing. Can you hear me now? So yeah, we don't want to eat. If we're juicing, we're only juicing. But as far as stinging nettle, instead of spinach is spinach for juice, can juice. It doesn't juice a lot though. I don't think spinach, I still juice it if I have extra greens, but can you hear me now, Deborah? Any protein? So everything in here is protein. Everything has protein in here. The spinach has protein. If you want to add more protein, Janny, you can add hemp seeds. So if you're someone who works out, I get it. Like I want to build muscle myself. I would add, which I probably could add some hemp seeds to this. Do I have some seeds? I could add some hemp seeds to this, but if I wanted more, it's got enough protein in here. But if I wanted more protein, powder or liquid, I hear liquid is better. Ginger heat, yes, more powder or liquid for what? No powder for juicing. If we're juicing, there's no powder. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry. Let me know. More recipes for juice fasting. Okay. So Patricia says more recipes for juice fasting, demonstration, food, eat. Okay. All right. Yes. The types of enemas I use are Gerson therapy, organic coffee. That's, yeah. Yep. Gerson therapy though does 3 enemas a day when they're healing. When they have someone who's at a stage 4 and or even not even stage 4, their patients do 3 enemas a day at Gerson therapy. But coffee is good, but lemon enemas are different than coffee enemas. Coffee enemas are great, but we're advancing as we're progressing in what we're learning. And although coffee enemas are great for liver health, it's very cleansing to the liver as well. Lemon enemas pull out mucoid plaque. So you know how that lemon is astringent? It kind of, you can clean oil. If you have lemon and there's like an oil piece of something that's stuck and it's got some oil, that lemon acid will break it down. Well, that's why we do lemon enemas, because those lemon enemas will pull out the black gunk. And we are living in a time right now that if people knew that all we have to do to save our lives, listen to me again, I'm going to say this again. We want to save our lives. We need to clean out the black gunk that's been stuck in our colon and accumulated and accumulated. That's the secret here. That's my best too, with all the recipes and all the ingredients, right? When I'm juicing or smoothie, how can we get this gunk out? Even if it's a little bit at a time, and you'll see your fecal matter. You'll see where there's black pieces. And now those black pieces have been in there because it's gotten black enough where it's been in there for a long time, right? So I like lemon enemas. Coffee enemas are fantastic. Enemas are fantastic. This is how we live our best lives is to make sure our colon is cleansed and purified. But the lemon enema, I've tried them all, and this is the most powerful one to clean out the gunk and the mucoid plaque. Hi, Marcia. I think a lot of even what you said, I think you touch on a lot. Okay, thank you. Acid reflux. Yes, thank you. Okay, so you guys are enjoying this. Lemon is real lime. It was from a tree, my neighbor's tree. It looks like, I think it was a lime. It was green yellow, but my neighbor's tree, I know they're organic, you know, but it looked like a lime to me. Your kitchen demos are inspiring. Awesome. Thanks, Dorothy. Okay. The health benefits of each ingredient. Okay. Did I go through the health benefits? I did though, right? I like to go. Yeah. So the health benefits of each ingredient. I did go through that. I love banana. Why I put banana? It's filling. It makes you feel full and satisfied. Bananas are great carbohydrates after a workout. Fantastic bananas. All right, cool. Okay, I love the feedback. So it's looking like juice fasting, more recipes. All right. Well, this week I'm in the kitchen. How about that? Marcia is starting to experience a cleanse. No food, no craving, no snacking. I don't even want to. Thank you, Janet. Marcia, I'm so glad, Marcia. Marcia, I'll be calling you in a bit, okay? All right, do it once, you'll want to do it again. Yes, Janny, recipes. You'll have this recipe today. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay. All right, let's get this going. Because we're almost out of here, y'all. This is it. All right, we're good here. A little bit more. So I'm going to stop there, and I'll tell you one thing. You never want to heat up your smoothie to the point where it warms up. You just destroyed any enzymes that were alive, right? So you kind of touch it and you keep it cold. And once it starts getting to room temperature, cut it off. We don't even want that. You want to keep the integrity of the enzymes. That's the point of going raw or eating as much raw as we can when we're healing. So let's see how this is. So it's going to be at your comfort. So there's that. Look, that looks great. If you want it thick, we got it thick. I like my smoothie kind of runny. So it's just because it's what I'm going to be drinking. I like it a little bit runny, and I find that when it's a little bit runny, it blends a little bit better. It blends more of the whole food and the fibers. I'm just going to do a little bit of water. But it's smooth enough. It's thick enough now. If you like it thick, this is great, You want to get a good blender. Marcia just got her blender. Congrats. When you have a good blender, this is a Vitamix. It's going to make all the difference. You want your kitchen tools to make your job easier. Otherwise, it gets stressful, right? And then it won't blend it well. There's chunks, and we don't want chunks. I'd rather you chew that chunk so it can digest. If we're making smoothies with a blender that is not cutting it and you have chunks, your gut's digesting those chunks. That is really hard work. I'd rather you eat your fruit. I'd rather you eat this, chop it up. If it's thick, make sure you're chewing it up. So by the time it gets to your gut to digest, to your digestive system, when it starts breaking it down, you're helping it. We don't want chunks, right? So yeah, get a good blender, invest in it. This one, Vitamix, it's like $2.90 something at, I think you can get it even at Costco, or you can get it online. There are more expensive $700 blenders, but I like this one because it has a narrow bottom and it blends easily. And this is a chef's kitchen blender. It's no joke. This is a professional chef blender. They all have Vitamix, okay? This is what we use in professional kitchens. We can't use a standard blender. It doesn't cut it. It doesn't do the job well. All right, cool. Again, I'm not going to over blend this because then it's going to kill my smoothie, all the enzymes, the life. I don't want to warm it up. And that's it. So I have enough for later today. I'm probably not going to finish this whole thing, but it'll take me a bit. And then I have enough for later on today for a little snack. I'll have some smoothie. And that's it. And then I'm going to put here a link. Hope this was fun and you learned how to make an epic colon cleansing pineapple smoothie. And I will put here my link for anyone who wants to book a call with me and we can discuss where you're at. What are the goals that you have? What's going on? How can I support you? Because what I would love to do is design something that works for you. I would always recommend going on a juice fast. Number one, everyone knows that, juice fast. But if you're not ready to do a juice fast, I can also start you off like I've started many clients, which is where are you at? What do you have with what you have? Because I guarantee you that we can make much better choices just working with what you have and where you're at, right? Okay, so let me put a link here and then I'm going to see what questions you have if I missed anything. Let's see. You can book this call here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. There's two things here. So one link here is for, ooh, we got a nice crowd. You guys love the kitchen. I noticed my kitchen Zooms are popping. Okay, so here are two links. One link, if you just want to book a call with me, you can book a call with me. And I can help guide, support you step by step. What's next for you to nip it in the bud? What has been challenging for you? Where can we start? Let's start, right? And I can have a game plan for you for your wellness goals. Book your breakthrough call, or if you want to join the membership, a lot of you people here, if you had questions on recipes, where to start on a juice fast, you want a juice fast protocol, you want a shopping guide, you're ready to start, or you just want more recipes, you want more of this where I'm in the kitchen. I have resources for going raw and starting your healing journey. And then I'm also live every Friday in the membership. So I'm here to answer your questions every Friday. And that's for 1 year. It's 75% off. And I just put the link there. So you have the link to book a call with me, or you have a link for the membership at 75% off. Can't beat that. All right. Hey, Coach K. Nice to see you here. I got your email. I love that. And I appreciate your email. That was so nice, everything that you had to say. And yeah, that's something I'm working on too. I've been working on that. So I'll be responding soon. But thank you, Coach K, for that thoughtful email. Right up my alley. Funny thing, because that's been on my mind as how I'm going to be working with that. That's so funny that you messaged me. I said, oh man, Coach K and I, we're like on the same page here. All right, friends, I think we're good, right? Let me see here. Anything else? I'll be back tomorrow. So this week, the people have spoken. They want kitchen. They want the kitchen. Okay, I'm here. I'm going to be here this week. And then I have a guest coming up this week as well. She's amazing, all about microbiome health. And we'll talk to her. I'm just scheduling, getting all the kinks together. Bear with me, but she'll be here. And then some other fun surprises. Because 21 days, I got to make it exciting for you. I don't want you guys, thinking like, okay, it's the same topic. So I'm trying to change it up. And that's why I wanted your opinion, your thoughts, right? Because when you give me your thoughts, this is going to be a great 21 days. Today is day 6. It's happening. Today was great. All right. But even if I did this, I think if I was in the kitchen for the remainder of the days and I had no guest on, which I will have guests, I think you guys would be okay with that. I have a feeling that if I had a recipe every day, you all would be fine with that, with a Q&A. I don't know, call me crazy, but I do have guests coming. I'm just sensing that it's all about the kitchen, which I love because that's where my focus is going to go on more, right? All right. All right, Judy. I appreciate you, Laura. I'm so glad, Laura, you've been in here, girl. You are awesome. Thank you, thank you all. All right, are y'all gonna do a smoothie like this? Tag me on Instagram or on Facebook. I hope you make this smoothie. It's such a treat. Let's taste it. This is the best smoothie. No, you won't get a better smoothie than this. If you want something uplifting, energetic, this is it. I got another smoothie coming up, but this one is incredible. It's so vibrant. Talk about life-giving. This is life-giving. You know, this is life-giving right here. This is it. It's delicious. I love the spice of the cayenne. I love that ginger spice. The spinach, I love that I don't even taste the spinach, and I have so much chlorophyll. I have my E3 Live minerals from Lake Klamath that they preserve these minerals, E3 Live. I have this, just, you all deserve this. I hope you make a smoothie like this. And if you don't have every single ingredient, doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you got those greens, as long as you got that, like the pineapple or a fruit. What fruit do you like, right? It's got to make sense though. There is a culinary sense that's got to be right though. But I gave you all a great foundation here. Much love. I think we're good now. So yeah, there's the link, my friends. You want to book a call? Let's get you started today, wherever you're at on your journey. And there's the membership. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to start logging off. I'll be back tomorrow. If we can do the same time, I believe that should work. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Wait, what's today? Tomorrow's Tuesday. So tomorrow, I'm not sure, but it'll be early like this. Okay, maybe a little earlier. All right. Okay, make the smoothie, tag me on it, or just make it yourself. Report back to me. Your homework is to make a smoothie, and in that smoothie, you're gonna have a lot of greens, because greens are God's medicine. This is the medicine, is the greens. That's where we want to cleanse. That's the purification. So if you can make a smoothie, pack it up with greens. I don't care what's in there, just pack it up with greens. And we're going to get far here. This is the oxygen. There's oxygen life, right? Alkaline body or a cancer body that's acidic. We're not having this. We're going all alkaline and oxygen. So I always want you guys to add greens. Whether it's your salad or your curry, you're having pasta, I'm not judging. Add some greens to it, fresh greens, right? All right, much love, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Look out for the email. It's going to have this recipe. And did I miss anything here? I think we're good, right? I answered everybody. See you tomorrow. How do I continue receiving link for these classes? Oh, Jenny, I'm sending an email every day for the next 21 days. I will be sending you all until the end of the month. So this whole month is exactly 21 days. That's how I calculated it. So you'll get an email. So if it's annoying, sometimes you get 3 emails, but at least I know whoever sticks around, you all are serious. I don't want you to miss it. Then people say, Janet, I didn't get your email. So the reason I send 3 emails a day, or 1 at night, 2 the next day, is because people say, I didn't get the email. I'm like, well, I'm going to do 3. So you're going to get the email. And for those of you who think that's a lot, it's like, well, I'd rather you get the email and not miss this. Because when you're live here and you're interacting, I'll tell you one thing. For those of you showing up every day, I'm going to tell you one thing. For those of you showing up right here, you're active, you're here every day, I guarantee that when you walk away from this, there's some connection that happens when you are receiving the way we are right here that someone who wasn't here did not get. They can't receive it in those recordings and those replays like you can. So if you're here every day and you can make it, I know it's hard sometimes, but the more that you can, by the end of this, you will have taken something where it's going to click. Something's going to click where you're going to have better habits. Your habits are going to become more on point with bringing more greens in, having more fruit, thinking about your colon health as the heart foundation of wellness. Gratitude every day. So every day, this makes a difference, okay? So you'll walk away. This will be so good. You're going to walk away just having even more experience and feeling this lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. All right. Much love, everyone. Have a blessed day. I think I answered everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Toodaloo. All right, we're going to end here. Instagram. Oh, this is YouTube. Bye, friends. Thanks for being here. See ya.